Hello everybody and welcome back to another week of Ballet in Lockdown. Today we are going to be working in the centre, so we're not going to be using any bars at all today or any equipment. We're going to be learning some steps and putting them together in a sequence. But first, let's warm up. So starting with those feet in second position, opening out those hips, keep everything nice and open and wide. We're just going to get those bodies prepared for today's class. So just give those shoulders a little roll round. Start to wake up those bodies. Relax the neck and the head. Good. Bend those knees, scoop up. And again, reach those arms out. Good. And again, just a gentle plie. Nice, take some little bounces. Just let those arms swing. Nice, start dropping down a little bit low if we can. Let those arms swing. Coming up. Bend, reach over the top.
Deja que te diga cosas al oído para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo.
Little bit faster.
Quiero desnudarte besos despacito. Firmo las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito.
Nice, roll those shoulders.
Quiero ser tu ritmo.
Send the arm over.
Tus lugares favoritos.
And again, shoulder roll.
Tus horas de peligro hasta
arm over.
Y que es tu apellido.
Just look down at the floor, lengthen the back of the neck, and looking up. Back to centre, look over the side. Now lunge the way that we're looking. Send it to the side. Head. Other way. Little bit faster. Side.
Quiero desnudarte besos despacito. Firmo las paredes de tu laberinto y hacer de tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito.
And just walk those feet into parallel. Little bounces.
Quiero ser tu ritmo.
Lift the heels, push over.
Tus lugares favoritos.
And again, bounces.
Sobrepasar tus horas de peligro. Hasta
Heels up, push.
Y que olvides tu apellido.
Nice. Place those heels down, open into first position. Take a demi-plie.
Yo se quede contigo.
Little bit quicker. Bend. Good. With the arms out and in. Nice. Take a rise up. And relax. Let those arms drop. Good work everybody. So hopefully you're now feeling a little bit more warm and prepared to tackle some steps in the centre. So we're going to have a look at 4 steps today. A couple of them are adage steps, so which means they're a little bit more controlled and steady, and the others are from our allegro section of the syllabus, which means they're a little bit more energetic and slightly jumpy. Okay, so we're going to start with some chassé passés. Now, just like we've done previous chassé, we slide along the floor. With a chassé passé, we're just bringing the foot over the top and changing our feet. So, place your right foot behind. So either in third or in fifth, it's up to you, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. We're going to cross the feet over. Now you can just rest your hands on your hips for now, or just stand by the side. We will add them on as we go. So we're going to take a chassé and we start in a demi-plie as normal. So bending those knees, making sure the knees are pushing nice and wide over the tops of those toes. We don't want to have any rolling in the ankles here. And we're going to bring the right foot from behind, stepping it in front into our chassé. So the way that we do that, keeping contact with the floor the whole time, we lift that right heel off the floor, keep the toes connected to the ground. We slide the foot round, place the heel down in front. So all we're doing is we're bringing the foot from the back to the front. And as it comes around, we place the heel back down into our fifth or our third position. Okay, so we don't have to bring it too far forward to then bring it back in. We're just bringing the heel up, placing it down. Okay, all the while keeping that left knee bent as well. So now we're ready to chassé the right foot forwards. We slide it along the floor, not too far, remember, so we keep the weight in the centre. Then we transfer the weight forwards, extend those back toes and close behind. So now we've got our left foot behind, ready to chassé passé over. So the same thing, bend, heel off, place it in front, slide it forwards, extend and close. All right, now if you're struggling for space, don't worry, because when we put this together into a sequence shortly with our other steps, we're going to travel it on the diagonal, so we use less space. So you can practice that now if you want to, or go to the side and side, whichever way you want to. Just make sure, whatever direction we are traveling in, those hips stay square. That's very, very important, so we don't start rocking back in the hips. So as we bring this right foot over, you might want to travel to the diagonal slightly. So my hips are going to place facing the corner, the direction I'm traveling. We don't want to leave the upper body or the hips twisted away from each other. We're going to keep that frame. Then we slide it along, extend, close, and then this time, because we're going a little bit further, as we close, we can always turn back to en face, facing forwards. Yeah, so it's less of a swing around for when we place it in the other direction. If you're happy, just keep it travelling forward. That's up to you. So let's take 4 of these in total. Okay, right foot first, over the top, left, right, left. Just keeping those hips nice and square to the direction we're travelling, and also watching how far away we send those feet. So if I face the side to show you very briefly, I know we've covered this with chassés before, but just to have a little recap, as we bring the foot over and place it down, when we slide it forwards, we don't want to take that foot too far out in front of us. We don't want to slide it out here, because my weight, even though it's in the centre, I'm now having to drag that back foot in. All right, so alternatively, we don't want to take it too short either. So as we slide it out, as I transfer, I don't want to have to then extend that foot backwards. So it's about testing your range of motion with your legs. If you've got longer legs, you'll be able to step out further. If you've got shorter legs, you need to just bring it in slightly so you're not taking it too far across the floor. But it's up to you, play around with it, and it's also dependent on how sort of flexible we are in our hips as well. So let's take those 4 chassé passés, right foot starting behind, hands just placed on your hips for now, and I'm just going to travel slightly on the diagonal so I don't run out of space and hit the camera. So let's go. Pulling up nice and tall, keep those shoulders down away from those ears, tucking that pelvis underneath, remember, so we keep that nice flat back, and we plie over the top, chassé passé, extend and close. And again, you can close facing the front, left foot over the top and round, extend and close. Third time, and round, extend and close. Last time, round, extend and close. All right, so there we have our first step, our chassé passé. Nice and simple. Next, we're going to take a look at a piqué step. So we're going to start again with our right foot behind in fifth or in third, same as before. We're going to release the back foot, okay, so it's just placed by the ankle, okay, off the floor. We're going to step it down a little bit like we would for a pas de Barre. Step it on the demi-point and lift up. Up. Good. Now, as we do, we're going to lift this front foot, our left foot, to the knee. So we go up. Okay, so that's the first step. And one. Now, from that, we're going to step this leg out to the side. Out. As we do, we're going to swap those feet over. So now our right foot is coming up to the knee and down. All right, let's try that again. So we release and 1, 2, 3. And we can come down with a little demi-plie. Release the left foot, ready to go on the other side. And lift, 2, 3. Lift, 2, 3. Now, if you want to, you can use something to balance. I did say we're not using our bars today, but if you have something handy just to practice the positioning, you can. But what we're looking for is cupping the foot underneath the kneecap here, keeping the hip open so our knee is pointing out to the side. And it also acts as a bit of a direction, so it's like an arrow pointing the direction that we are stepping. So as we bring that right foot down, we lift the left foot up and we step out and down. Okay, so it slightly travels side to side, but not too much. So let's have a little go at those together. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Keep pulling up, keep strong in that core. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do some of those together. 4, yes, we'll do 4 in total. So we'll go right, left, then we'll have a little stop, then we'll do it again. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Nice. Little breath. Let's do it one last time. Off we go. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just like that. If it's a little bit strenuous on those feet and you don't want to go up on demi-point, you can just take it flat-footed if you want. So that's an alternative option if you want to bring it back a little bit. So instead of going up onto the demi-point here, we place the foot down with the heel, lift, step it out, down. So we can still work on that positioning without being up on our toes. Next, we are working into the allegro section, so a little bit more energetic with these ones. We're going to look at some releves, okay? So releves in fifth and also some échappé releves as well. So bringing your right foot in front this time, okay? Fifth or third, exactly the same as before. Keeping those hips nice and square. Now, when we releve, it's different to a rise. So when we rise, we just lift the heels and peel up and then place them down. With a releve, we're actually snatching the feet up. Okay, so it's a little bit more of a force and power with this move. Now, when we snatch those toes together, we're thinking about replacing where the heels were. Okay, so where my right heel is, that's where my that's where my right toes are going, and the same with my left foot. So starting in a demi-plie, just to give us a bit of momentum to bring everything together, think about keeping your weight in the centre, so don't throw it back or forward or side to side, because that's how we get off balance. So keep everything nice and pulled in. Think about your centre of gravity being right underneath you. Okay, so we're not going to topple over. Really extend those legs as well. We want loads of power in those legs to hold it together, and you're going to squeeze all the way up those legs to the tops of those thighs as well. So really give everything a nice squeeze with those legs. So we bend and snatch up and down. And as we go down, we just let the feet go back to their original place. So don't try and drop the heels because you'll land on your own feet. Yeah, and that might hurt a little bit. So make sure you let the toes slide back down. I understand if you've not if you've got carpeted floors, it might be a little bit difficult. So try and find somewhere where you can slide your feet easily. Okay, even if you've just got a little small board that you're working with, just so you can really feel that sliding motion with the feet. So let's have a go again. In 5th position, we go releve, up, down, and again, up, down. Let's try it on the other side, just to practice with that left foot in front. Demi-plie and snatch it up, down, down. Okay, so you should really feel that squeezing sensation up the legs all the way to those glutes as well, and that will really help with your balance. Yeah, if you keep those muscles nice and tight. So now we're going to look at some échappé releves. So échappé, think escape. Okay, so our legs are going to escape one another and then come back. So we're still thinking about that releve action, but our feet are going away from each other. So right foot in front, we're going to take an échappé to second. So if you place your feet in second for the moment, think about where those heels are. All right, so that is now where the toes are going to go in demi-point. So right foot in front, bend those knees, and we're going to shoot those legs out to second. Same sort of feeling of that power in the legs, and we're still sucking everything up and snatching everything underneath us, but our legs are going out. So we really need to work on straightening those legs as they go out to the side. Ready, and shoot them out. Now, as we come back in, just swap the feet over, in. So it's that same sliding action as we did before, but we're just taking the feet out that much wider. Let's try it. Let's take 4 échappé releves. Right foot in front, bend those knees, shoot the feet out, close, 2, 3, 4. Each time changing feet. If you get the wrong feet, doesn't matter. Just keep swapping them over. Let's go. Bend, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Yeah, just like that. So our legs should be really feeling the power. So now we're going to put those together. Our releves in 5th and our échappé releves to second. So we're going to go 5th, down, 2nd, change feet. So now we've got the left foot to go releve in 5th and échappé there. So let's do 8 in total. Okay, so we go up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll try and do this with my hands as well. It might help, it might not. It definitely helps me to know where my feet are going. So if you want to do the same and mimic that, feel free. Okay, let's go. 5, 6, 7, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. So it's a bit of a cardio on this one. Yeah, so keep remembering to breathe through it. Yeah, don't hold everything in and then get to the end and go and breathe it all out. So our final move that we're going to learn today are some changements. All right, so again, it's an allegro step, which means we're actually jumping, but I will give you an option if you're not too keen on jumping too high up and down. So cross those feet over, right foot in front, just so we're all doing the same. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the feet over with a jump. All right, so that's all we're doing. So each time we jump up in the air, we're going to swap the feet over the top. Now you can jump as high as you want here today. It's up to you, it depends how energetic you're feeling. You can keep it nice and small. So if you're not too keen on jumping too much, just take a little bounce round. So you're still leaving the floor slightly, but you're not jumping too far. And the trick is to stay nice and soft in your feet as well. Then you work less of those legs and you work more of the feet. Yeah, so we want to think about peeling off the toes, peeling back down into the floor. Yeah, that's how we land nice and soft in ballet. So let's have a little practice. You may step on your own feet. I definitely have in the past. All right, so just try and think about where the placement is going. So we're just trying to land back in that 5th or 3rd position each time with a different foot in front. So pulling up nice and tall, we're just going to take 4 and a rest, 4 and a rest, 4 and a rest, 4 and a rest. Ready? 5, 6, 7 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3 and again and 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest there. Okay, so again you may sort of land on your feet a little bit, but it just takes a bit of practice just with that placement. Yeah, try not to let the feet come out, yeah, because then we start to throw that centre of gravity off a little bit further. So try and again, just like our elevates, keep the weight and the centre beneath you. Yeah, so we're not throwing it around the space because that just takes more effort. All right, so now we're going to piece all of those moves together into a short routine with some music so we can enjoy dancing through the steps that we've learnt today. Starting with our chassé passés then. So I'm going to start facing the corner. Now, using my space wisely as I can, I'm going to travel on the diagonal. So as I said earlier, you can do the same, or you can just keep it travelling forwards. There will be a little section where we can move back into the centre, ready for our piqué step, so don't worry if you get yourselves too far into the corner and think you have to do the rest of the routine there. It's fine. I'll give you a little moment to bring yourselves back into the space. So, chassé passé with the right foot. We lift the heel, step it over and extend. Now, we're going to add some arms. So, bras bar with the arms first, nice and rounded, nice and soft, okay? Strength coming from those shoulders, so don't let them lift up and tense up the neck. Keep everything nice and relaxed and open in our upper bodies. And as we chassé passé over, we bring those arms to first. Extend, leave the arms in first. Now, the foot that's travelled forward, the right foot, we're going to take that same arm, so our right arm, which is kind of our front arm, is going to go over the top, and we make this sort of 4th crossed position with the arms here. We're going to take it over the top, and we're going to take a little lean and high release. So keep strong in those cores, and we're just going to lift and open our shoulders and neck. Open it round, and then close here. Okay, so we've got a little extra dance moment there. And if you feel quite supple in your back, you can take more of a lean here, dropping the head, very romantic, just like we see in the ballets. Yeah, so really enjoy that moment. Then we're going to do the same thing to the left side. Left foot over, round, chassé passé over, and here. Open it back and close. And each time we close, if you want to, just bring it back to face the front, so then it's less of a rotation over the top. 3rd time, over and lift and close. Last time, 1, and lift and close here. So as I said, we've gone a bit too far to the corner, so we've got a little step, just just to bring us back into the centre. And when we do, just make sure you close with that right foot behind, ready for those piqué steps. Let's give them a go. So again, we're going to do 4 of these. And we're going to do our relevés. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so 4, like we did earlier, traveling side to side. Arms wise, you can lift them out to second, or just as I did there, just a demi-second as a bit of extra support and balance for you. So let's put those 2 adage sections together first, then we'll have a look at the allegro and we'll mash it all together to finish. Right foot behind then, and let's begin. Right foot over. Left. Walk it back into the centre. Right foot and to our allegro section. So we've just finished our last piqué step, 1, 2, 3. So again, we've got our right foot behind. We're going to take that little combination of relevés in 5th and échappé relevés, and we're going to do 6 in total, finishing with 2 changements. So nice and slowly, we relevé up, down, out, in. Cross the feet over. As I said earlier, if you get the wrong foot in front or forget to change your feet, don't panic, just keep it going, okay? Because there'll be a little section of music in between. We repeat it again so you can move to where you need to be and make sure your feet are right. So please don't panic, it's just a simple exercise to practice dancing through the steps that we've learnt today. So don't panic about getting it wrong or anything like that. You can always go back and recap for yourself. So we go from there, same thing again, up, down, out, in. And then last time, so we do it 6 times in total, so we go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, changement, changement. So we do 2 of these changes with a little jump, 1, 2. Okay, so then we've got our left foot behind, ready to repeat. Now obviously if I go from here, I'm going to go straight off camera. So I'm just going to take a little step back to the corner, ready to repeat on the other side. If you think it's going to completely throw you off changing direction, then just come back and do it again on the right side. It's up to you. So let's put that allegro section together and then we'll do it all from the beginning. Right foot behind, ready, and up, down, up, down, up, and changement. So because the music is in 3/4 time, it just means that when we do those relevés and relevé échappés, we just have an extra count to really hold on, okay, which means we have to really use those legs and the power to stay up there and squeeze before releasing. All right, so let's put that together with the music on the right side. So from our chassé passés, traveling forwards into our piqué steps, into the relevé and échappé relevé section, finishing with our changements. Right foot behind then, let's give it a go. Round those arms, right foot. 1, 2, pull it back. Left side. And 1. left side. So as I said, don't worry if you want to just repeat it again on the right. If you want to have a little go on the left, let's try it all here. Ready? Left foot over. Centre, left foot behind, PK. Releve. So we've done a lovely sequence today, amalgamating lots of different steps throughout the ballet syllabus. So it's something nice for you to add to your repertoire, and we may even use some of that for next week's lesson when we work on our Moon River dance. We've got a little bit more to learn on that one. In the meantime, please catch up with the other videos of the dance so you're up to speed, and so next week we can add more onto our dance. So let's do a nice quick cool down, just to really stretch out those muscles and get ourselves nice and relaxed after working those legs nice and hard today. So feet in parallel, toes facing forward, hips nice and square, and just let those arms float out to the side. Reach them all the way up, look at the fingertips, and then as we float those arms down, open the chest, drop the chin to the chest, top of the head leading, and come down into a roll down. Take a few breaths here, relax those knees. And just let those hands come down to the floor. Try and get those legs straight and push over the toes. So we get a really nice stretch down those hamstrings. That's it. And both heels into the ground, bend those knees and just roll yourselves up. Nice. Step out to the right. Get those feet nice and long. And then take a lunge over to that right side. Bring over that left arm and just take a nice side stretch as well here. Good. Back up to standing. Keep the arms circling. This time we're going to twist the hips to face the side and drop into a lunge. Feet back up. Other side then, open out this time towards that left thigh into a lunge. Try and get that right leg out nice and far so we get the stretch down the inner thighs. And then send the arm over. Nice side stretch. And bringing it back up, this time circle round. Face the side. And then turn back towards the front. Just while we're here in second, relax down to the floor. Relax the neck. And then come in with those feet together. Take a little roll up here. Nice. Just bend those knees, let those arms swing. Roll those shoulders. Just give that neck a small roll around and the other way. So don't let any tension creep into those shoulders and necks. And then bending those knees, let those arms scoop out to the side. Little push back here. And then bend as we bring those fingertips together. Then stretch it up to the ceiling. Take a breath in, feel a nice stretch down the side body. And then release those arms as we breathe out. Let them swing. And give yourselves a clap, guys. Well done, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed having a little dance through those steps. Next week, as I said, we'll be looking at our dance again, so feel free to catch up on any of our previous videos for that one. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.